Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Reshma, and good morning, all the audience out here, and good morning, Shabana. Today, we are going to talk about women leadership. So it's time for the world to recognize the benefit of women in leadership and commit to placing even more women in position of power. So women are powerful agents of change, and far-reaching benefits of diversity and gender parity in leadership and decision makings are increasingly recognized in all spheres. Still, women continue to be vastly underrepresented in decision making in politics, business, and communities. When women are leader decision makers at all levels are critical to advancing gender injustice and gender equality, and to further economic, social, and political progress for all. So today's topic is women leadership, which is being discussed by Dr. Reshma. She is a life and leadership coach, an international trainer, speaker, and influencer. She is the founder and director of two ventures. She has a company called Catalysts, which works on human transformations through training, coaching, and mentoring. She has an NGO that works towards protecting children from the social menaces through their social interventions. She has received many awards and accolades. She has been awarded for her work in catalyzing lives of many people. She has received 100 Women Leader Award in India by Glentalk Convert by Z News. She has featured in Lifestyle magazine. Her impactful life journey was covered by Medium for their Inspiring Women Leader edition. She is a woman on mission to have 1 million people achieve their highest potential, even more of them. So she is an inspiration for all of us, and we would like to hear so many things from her about women leadership and how she is going to create a magic for all of us. So over to Dr. Reshma. Yeah, now Dr. Reshma, you can speak about your topic. Welcome on board Maven Global Platform. Please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nupur. It is a pleasure being here amidst all knowledgeable out here. I mean, I really would like to thank this platform, Maven, for inviting me. When we talk about
Can't hear you.
Yeah, we are not able to see you.
Yeah, we can't hear see you also. I think so. Reshma is having some technical problem, internet issues. We will wait for a few minutes.
Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, if anyone else want to share about women leadership, you are most welcome.
The sessions have been very informative and hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Pritamji, we can hear you.
Yes. And evocative.
Okay.
Yes, Preetam,
Because
please.
women, we take women for granted. Normally, men, but the way they have spoken and the way they have expressed themselves is tremendous. I really like that.
Wow.
And now we are very much aware how women have progressed despite the difficulties they have faced. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow, that's great. Pritamji, we are blessed. Thank you so much for your beautiful words. And now I welcome Dr. Reshma to go ahead with her talk.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, today my network is ditching me a little bit. So, I was talking about how integral part of the society women have been. And in the recent years, they have begun to receive that recognition, that respect, that deserve in leadership roles, right? So women have been, like if you see the background, initially, they've been historically, they've been in politics, they've been in business, they've been in social organizations, but have taken a lot of efforts to be there and make that shift in terms of thinking, right? So when we're talking about women in leadership, it's very important that women are provided that platform. Yeah, women basically are great communicators. They already have certain skills that are required to come into leadership positions, whether it's problem solving, whether it's conflict management. These are some of the skills that they already have, and they need to just come out and be in those positions, perform better, and become visible to the society. But there are certain barriers, like if we say that there are certain barriers that have been stopping women, in whatever. But like if you see that there's a lot of growth happening, you'll see women everywhere out, but still there's a lot that we need to do where women in leadership roles are considered. That gender bias is there that holds women back, and women are not able to take the roles in leadership seriously, right? So they are not getting that opportunity. They want it, but they are not getting. And they always have this push and pull where they are pushed and pulled by the whole thing about balancing their lives, whether it's personal or professional. So when they are in the personal domain, they want to really do well in their professional. When they're in the professional, they keep on thinking about the personal domain. What today women need is those equal opportunities. We need to promote those equal opportunities for women in all walks of life, right? So it's all about creating that environment, that conducive environment culture where women are able to be nurtured, they are able to grow, they are able to bloom and into great leaders. So when we are talking about that, I mean, a very great example, I would say, is Kamala Harris, right? I am quite inspired by her because the kind of barriers she broke when she was in her career. The first woman, the first Black person, the first person of South Asian descent to be elected as Vice President of the United States. I mean,
Dr. Reshma, could you speak in Hindi also?
Sure. I can also speak in Hindi. Yeah. So, जब हम बात करते हैं औरतों की और औरतों की लीडरशिप की, बहुत जरूरी होता है कि उन औरतों को, हम औरतों को वो उस तरह का एक एनवायरनमेंट दे, उस तरह की एक प्लेटफॉर्म दे जहां वो ज्यादा से अच्छे से काम कर सके, अच्छे से आगे बढ़ सके. सबसे अच्छा एग्जाम्पल अगर हम अभी के वक्त में देखेंगे तो वो है कमला हैरिस का एग्जाम्पल, जहां वो एक ब्लैक वुमन होते हुए, एक साउथ एशियन डिसेंट की होते हुए इलेक्ट हो गई एज अ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स. उन्होंने भी काफी जद्दोजहद की. She really fought a lot, the kind of discrimination, the kind of person she was, but she did not stop. And that is what I think we need to learn from her and her entire personality, how she really grew to not stop. I think women need to not give up at all. Now, if you just understand the whole aspect of barriers, we need to understand that barriers 3 level pe hote hain. There are 3 levels of barriers. एक होता है इंडिविजुअल लेवल, जहां हम खुद एज विमेन फील दैट पता नहीं हम कर पाएंगे नहीं कर पाएंगे ना. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ सेल्फ एस्टीम इश्यूज, सेल्फ वर्थ इश्यूज, जिसकी वजह से हम हमेशा अपने आप को पीछे रखते हैं. हमेशा हम अपनी प्रायोरिटी नहीं है, हम हमेशा बाकी सबको अपनी प्रायोरिटी बनाते हैं बट अपने आप को नहीं कर पाते. तो एक इंडिविजुअल लेवल का है जहां हमारी माइंडसेट, हमारी सोच कहीं ना कहीं हमें रोकती है आगे बढ़ने के लिए. दूसरा होता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल लेवल. So at the organization level also there are barriers. Now if you talk about barriers at the organization level, there are a lot of workplace cultures, they're not very conducive, they're not very welcoming women. जिस तरह से वर्क कल्चर्स होते हैं. अभी रिसेंटली मैं एक ट्रेनिंग के लिए गई थी, पॉश ट्रेनिंग के लिए गई थी, और जब मैंने वहां देखा तो वहां पूरे ऑडिटोरियम में 120 people में there were only 5 women. Okay, there were only 5 women and that shocked me completely. जहाँ हम अभी बात कर रहे हैं कि women have to come in front, women के लिए बहुत सारी policies हो रही है, हर चीज हो रही है, but even then there is somewhere that we need to also take that, give that environment to the women. Okay, तो मैंने पूछा उनको कि what is the reason, like, नहीं हमारे यहाँ policies तो है, we have all the policies, but women don't really come because it's such a male dominated industry that women don't want to come in the forefront, right? So ये जो चीजें हैं workplace में भी, organization level पे, ये रोकती है औरतों को आगे बढ़ने के लिए. एंड एक तरह की हिचकिचाहट होती है. मुझे याद है one of my clients told me कि मैंने एक जॉब, she needed a job desperately, और उन्होंने कहा कि मैंने जॉब के लिए अप्लाई किया है, जब मैं इंटरव्यू के लिए गई तो वहां तो मैंने औरतों को देखा ही नहीं. तो पता नहीं, जॉब के लिए वो लोग ऑफर तो दे रहे हैं बट मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है मुझे जाना चाहिए या नहीं जाना चाहिए, वो ऑफर लेना चाहिए या नहीं. दिस इज द काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स दैट वी नीड टू नाउ start building that culture where we have more and more women, where we have more and more women around, so that women feel comfortable to even apply. So that organization culture बहुत important है. Then there are certain gender bias and stereotypes. ये हम सब जानते हैं. There are so many myths attached to women in leadership. उसको ना ज्यादा आता नहीं होगा. उसने she must have really buttered the top management and reached that position. She will be no good. She must be too emotional. These are the kind of myths that are attached to our to gender bias and stereotypes, which really stop the workplace being more friendly. And whether you have the qualifications or no, but these places don't make it very comfortable for women to go and be there. Okay. अब अगर हम बात करते हैं, एक छोटी सी बात है, the entire culture of when there are men and if there are women, I mean you segregate, है ना, बहुत आसानी से segregate हो जाते हैं even in a organization, और वो कहीं ना कहीं एक barrier बन जाता है हमारे communication के लिए, और जो कि वो communication बहुत जरूरी है. So if you say men will go for sutta breaks, women will go for their chat breaks, but एक जहां साथ में मिलके कुछ करना है, डिस्कशन, वो वाला जो एनवायरनमेंट है वो नहीं मिल पाता है. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वेयर वी क्रिएट दो स्ट्रक्चर्स फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग for children, even at that children level, where they are allowed to mingle with each other, they are allowed to talk. क्योंकि वही जरूरी है कि as children हम उनके अंदर क्या इनकल करते हैं और आगे जाके वो क्या बनते हैं. और ये मतलब डिफरेंशिएशन जो है, डिस्क्रिमिनेशन बढ़ता जाता है. सो दिस इज देयर. एंड उसके बाद है सोशल कल्चर. सोशल कल्चर्स में जैसे अभी मैं बता रही हूँ कि एक बायस हो गई है कि इस तरह से लड़कियों को भी ना, मुझे याद है मेरी मम्मी ने जब when I was attaining puberty, the first thing my mother told me, apart from giving me education, कि ये इस तरह से है, आप अभी औरत बन गए हो, मेंस्ट्रुएशन आ गया, साइकिल ये है, सब बताया. उसके बाद में मुझे बोला गया अब आप एक काम करना, लड़कों से दूर रहना, ओके, और उनसे ज्यादा बात नहीं करना. एंड आई डिड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम कि मुझे क्यों बोला जा रहा है कि लड़कों से दूर रहना, राइट. सडनली वो डिवाइड आ जाता है प्यूबर्टी के बाद, और जो कि आगे तक जाता है और जिसकी वजह से बहुत सारे डिफिकल्टीज होती है later for women also. So these are the basic gender barriers that one sees, and at personal level, at that individual level, at the organizational level, and at the socio-cultural level. So now what women really need is to be free, and it's not easy. Free from those shackles. हमने सबने वो कहानी सुनी है about the elephant. Initially elephant को बांधा जाता है with a iron chain, and as when he's just a baby, okay, and later the shackles are those iron shackles are removed. वो सिंपल एक छोटी सी नॉर्मल रोप से बंधा है, बट उसके दिमाग में यहाँ बैठा हुआ है, right? It's here in the mind that I'm still tied up, I'm still binded by those shackles, and उसकी वजह से वो आगे नहीं बढ़ पाता है, वो बाहर निकल नहीं पाता है, वो अपने आप को नहीं फ्री कर पाता है. I think that is what we are all binded with, whether women or men. I would also say men, because कहीं ना कहीं हमारे दिमाग में ये shackles हैं कि हम बाहर नहीं निकल पाएंगे, यही रीत है. This is the culture and we need to go ahead with it. तो ये वाली जो चीजें हैं उससे हमको निकलना पड़ेगा, उभरना पड़ेगा. उसके लिए as women we'll have to do certain things, men will have to do certain things, क्योंकि ये society is with everybody, all genders are there, right? The third gender, we'll have to be very accepting when we are talking about gender equality. It's about opening our doors and hearts to every gender. It's not about just men and women, it's also about the third gender. We need to open our hearts, be very, very receptive to have them in our businesses, to have them in our offices, to be there with them, work with them amicably, right? As a society, I think हम सबका एक दायित्व है, हम सबकी एक responsibility है जो हमें निभाना चाहिए, और जितना ज्यादा हो सके हम वो practice करेंगे तभी वो हो पाएगा. और जैसे बोला जाता है, the practice or charity begins at home, right? So it's about all of us. We need to start it here. We need to start it here, right? Only then we'll be able to see change. हम बैठ के बहुत बातें करते हैं कि let's see a change होना चाहिए, and it's not about just Women's Day के ऊपर change होना चाहिए, change rose होना चाहिए. We need to celebrate womanhood every day. That's the beauty. We need to celebrate it, and we need to ensure that our children start celebrating, understanding. So the whole onus is just not about the policies अच्छी होनी चाहिए या government को इस तरह की schemes बनानी चाहिए. It's high time we take the ownership. We take that ownership of what we want and how we want it. So if women want to be treated equally, they too need to get out of those cages that are stopping them. They need to work on themselves. They need to work on their mindset. They need to develop skills that will really take them ahead, forge them ahead in their careers. They need to develop a positive mindset, a growth mindset. And I would say they need to challenge those gender stereotypes. I always say that feminism is a feeling. It's a feeling that anybody and everybody can have it. And many a times it's men, women, both can be feminist. It's not about just women being feminist. We want more men. We want more men there, talking about it, advocating, being sensitive. हम चाहते हैं कि बहुत से ज़्यादा men also आए आगे और संवेदनशील रहे इस पूरे इशू को लेकर. ये सिर्फ हमारी जंग नहीं है, ये हम सबकी जंग है, because society हमारी है, न आपकी है न मेरी है, हमारी है. और इसके लिए हम सबको इकट्ठा होके इसके ऊपर काम करना पड़ेगा, इसको उस तरह से देखना पड़ेगा. हमें एक सपोर्ट सिस्टम बनाना पड़ेगा एक दूसरे के लिए. हमें एक इस तरह से करना पड़ेगा ताकि जो औरतें आगे आना चाहती उनको भी हम वो प्लेटफॉर्म दे, उनको भी हम वो सपोर्ट दे, क्योंकि बिना सपोर्ट के तो कोई भी नहीं आगे बढ़ पाता है. हम सबको कहीं ना कहीं सपोर्ट लगता है, तो हम वो करें, एक सपोर्ट सिस्टम बनाए औरतों के लिए. आप देखेंगे आजकल नेटवर्क्स बहुत काम कर रहे हैं। आप सोशल मीडिया खोलेंगे तो इट्स ऑल अबाउट नेटवर्किंग, एंड आई थिंक वुमेन हैव टू गो आउट देयर एंड नेटवर्क विद पीपल. They can't shy away. They can't be silent every time. They need to go. And men have to give that opportunity, that platform where they can come and talk. Right? So it's not about just, asking. You need to ask. Just saying कि नहीं मुझे मिलना चाहिए opportunity, वो भी नहीं होना चाहिए. You need to ask for it. जैसे मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ कि when you'll only get help when you ask for it. Otherwise, nobody will know what you want. So we need to get out there and ask for things we want, whether they are small things like support in household chores from our men, or support in mentoring in our careers. We need support, and we need to accept that everybody needs it, and we need it too, and it's fine to need that support. अब अगर हम बात करते हैं, whenever you are in work, you will see that there is a disparity between the payments men get and the women get. A wide range of disparity. वो क्यों है? मैंने एक छोटा सा, being a researcher, मैंने एक छोटा सा kind of a research किया था, where I wanted to see how women leaders write on their LinkedIn about themselves. Okay, and how men write about themselves. Now, what I saw was a wide difference. Men leaders had written a lot about themselves. Women leaders had written very little. Now, how in the world come to know that you exist if you don't really shout on top of your voice on those cliffs and tell that, yes, I am here and I'm right here, going to rock the world. So it's very important for us to really get out there. Seek out opportunities to lead. Do networking, right? One of my clients told me that, Reshma, I am just unable to hit it in the office because, ye men, they go for their sutta breaks. They go for the after office parties, and I don't get the time to do that. मेरे पास टाइम नहीं होता है क्योंकि घर जाके मुझे अपनी फैमिली को भी देखना पड़ता है, तो मैं वो वाला टाइम अपना नहीं डाल सकती हूँ, जिसकी वजह से मेरी नेटवर्किंग नहीं होती. आई थिंक विमेन आ जाओ बाहर उस पूरे मानसिकता से. हमें अगर नेटवर्क करना है तो हमें अपॉर्चुनिटीज देखनी है, किस तरह से हम नेटवर्क कर सकते हैं, हम कहाँ नेटवर्क कर सकते हैं. राइट? गो टू द ऑफिस पार्टीज, गो टू द नेटवर्क मीटिंग्स, मीट पीपल. Right? You need to get that time. Time doesn't just come to you. उसे create करना पड़ता है, वो time create करना पड़ता है हमको. हम हमेशा बोलते रहते हैं मुझे ये करना है पर मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है. आप ये बोल के देखिए मुझे ये करना है और मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, उसमें पूरी आपकी मानसिकता चेंज हो जाएगी. जहां आप उस टाइम नहीं है को एक एक्सक्यूज नहीं बनाओगे, आप उसे एक प्रॉब्लम की तरह देखोगे, उसको एक्सेप्ट करोगे और उसके लिए सॉल्यूशन ढूंढोगे. राइट? तो हमें ये वाली चीज करनी बहुत जरूरी है. वी रियली नीड टू डू दैट. वी नीड टू स्टार्ट बीइंग विजिबल. women have to start creating their brand. अपना ब्रांड बनाओ, पर्सनल ब्रांड. आजकल हम लिंक्डइन की बात करते हैं. लिंक्डइन इज रियली an awesome platform where you can create your brand. Many a times women keep on working but they never make themselves visible. They always are quiet about their achievements. कहीं उसको बुरा तो नहीं लग जाएगा, कहीं वो ऐसा तो नहीं फील करेंगे कि मैं बहुत ज्यादा अपने बारे में बोल रही हूं. Why do we feel that? We need to come out of it. We need to start talking about ourselves boldly and shamelessly. We need to talk about our achievements. Why do we stop our shine just to please anybody? हमें ये बाहर निकल के करना पड़ेगा. मुझे लगता है इसमें आदमियों का भी बहुत बड़ा हाथ होना चाहिए, जहां आदमी ये प्लेटफॉर्म दे अपने ऑफिसेज में औरतों को आगे बढ़ने के लिए, उनको उस तरह का फील कराने के लिए कि उनकी अचीवमेंट्स इतनी है, दे नीड टू नॉट स्टॉप देयर शाइन. They need to go out all there and shine. Right? So I think this is what women should do. Negotiate for their compensations. Why take whatever is given? Just negotiate, go hard there. हम हमेशा इस दुविधा में रहते हैं कि अगर औरतें ज्यादा जोर से बोलेगी या बहुत ज्यादा असर्टिव रहेगी तो हमें एक वर्ड यूज किया जाता है अग्रेसिव. बाप रे क्या अग्रेसिव है. मुझे याद है मैं जब शादी करके गई थी और मैं बात कर रही थी अपने पति से और हम लोगों का कुछ डिस्कशन चल रहा था एंड आई एम क्वाइट very opinionated. I was always. So I was telling him this and that. So there was a neighbor who was hearing. After that, वो neighbor मेरे पति को पूछते हैं कि बोलते हैं कि आपकी wife बड़ी तेज है. Right? So these are the kind of words. So I mean, thankfully my husband is a feminist and he said that हाँ तेज है क्योंकि हर औरत को तेज होना चाहिए. Right? So this is the whole notion, and we fight to be in that good, the good woman and the aggressive woman, So if you're quiet, you're good. So I think men also have to change their mindset here. And I would really appreciate agar aaj jo men hamare saath hai, like thank you for being there. And I want you to really be the advocates, the champions, where you bring out that change at your family level, at your community level, and at the society level, because change doesn't just come like that. It has to start from home. So मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप लोग जो हैं यहाँ आज मेरे साथ, प्रीतम जी, उदय भान जी, आप लोग, नवीन जी, आप लोग become the champions. We need champions like you who will talk about, who are sensitized, right? Who feel that yes, womanhood should be celebrated. So that's what we want. Right? That support from you all. We want men to come out because men of quality respects women's equality. Right? We are partners. Right? We are partners in life, in everything. And we need to be like partners. So I remember this whole, that I want to be treated like a king. So we need to be treated like queens. Right? And you need to be that king who treats women like queens. We want to be treated like that. We love to be treated like that because women's rights also are human rights. They are just not that we are talking something out of air and we want something from you. We want this from you. Right? हमेशा आदमी यही सोचते हैं कि पता नहीं, समझ में नहीं आता औरतों को चाहिए क्या. Right? ये एक question हमेशा रहता. We don't understand. Uday Bhanji, you will agree to it, right? That you always feel that पता नहीं क्या चाहिए, ये करो तो भी समझ में नहीं आता है, वो करो. So we don't know. That is because we don't talk, right? We don't talk. And the whole thing that women talk a lot, I think women don't voice out. Women really don't talk. They don't get a chance to say their feelings, right? We really want that. And I think men can play a big role in promoting gender-friendly spaces, gender-friendly families. We need that. We need that support. If you have a female colleague, go out, support her, mentor her. If she requires mentoring to get into that leadership role, support her, mentor her. Right? We need that. We need that advice, that guidance from you at workplace, at homes. Challenge those stereotypes, and you can challenge it from your homes. Promote diversity, promote inclusion. Advocate for equal opportunities for women in all aspects. घर पे अपने बच्चों के साथ में आप कर सकते हैं बहुत अच्छे से, क्योंकि हमें ये नहीं चाहिए कि औरतें आप ये मत करो, हमको अब नहीं सुनना है. हमको ये सुनना है कि लड़कों आप लोग अपने आसपास की औरतों को इस तरह से ट्रीट करेंगे, रिस्पेक्टफुली ट्रीट करेंगे. हमें ये नहीं सुनना है कि सिर्फ औरतों को बोला जाए कि लड़कियां आप ऐसे करो, लड़की हो आप ऐसे करो. हमको अब नहीं सुनना है. हमको ये सुनना है कि लड़के आपको रिस्पेक्ट करने की जरूरत है. Right? We need to sensitize our young generation, and that I think we can start with our families. Involve them in our chores, household chores. छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं, अगर आप कर लोगे तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. Because आजकल औरतें भी काम कर रही हैं. हम भी बाहर जाते हैं, हम भी काम करते हैं, और वापस जब लौट के आते हैं तो एक बड़ा सा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी का टोकरा हमारे ऊपर रखा रहता है। हमें उसमें साथ चाहिए हमारे मेल काउंटर पार्ट्स का, हमें साथ चाहिए आप लोगों का, जहां आप लोग हमें उस तरह से सपोर्ट करें, उन छोटी छोटी चीजों में भी सपोर्ट करें। कभी कभार मुझे लगता है कि हम इतना बड़ा, इवन दिस इज अबाउट ऑल women also, we make it such a big issue that okay, my husband is helping. Why is he helping? He needs to take the responsibility equally. भाई 50% पार्टनर हो, why make a big hullabaloo about कि वो मुझे मदद करते हैं? मदद नहीं, हमें साथ चाहिए, राइट? हमें साथ चाहिए एज अ साथी, और उसके लिए आपको भी हाउस होल्ड चोर्स में उसी तरह से दायित्व लेना पड़ेगा जैसे कि हम लेते हैं, राइट? हम वो चाहते हैं आप लोगों से। तो आई मीन इट्स अबाउट स्मॉल थिंग्स, वी नीड टू एडुकेट ourselves, people around, everybody, because it is about sensitizing people, sensitizing the society, and it will only start from home. Today, the whole, if you see the harsh truth, the facts, if you see the global share of women in lower and single houses of national parliaments reached 26.2%, okay, from 22.4% in 2015. Today, it will take another, it says, the studies show that it will take another 40 years for women and men to be represented equally in national parliaments, right? And in 2019, before the pandemic, women accounted for 39.4% of total employment. In 2020, women represented nearly 45% of global employment losses. So if you see these figures, right, where even managerial positions increased from 27.2 to 28.3, but remained unchanged, right? So these are the facts which we need to really think. क्या women representation sabhi jagah hai, equally hai? How many, just a small thing, how many women are we really seeing on the leadership roles? We need more women. We need more women in leadership roles. We need, if you are talking about equality, if you're talking about celebrating womanhood, we need to celebrate in every aspect. Sadly, I got to know that one of the companies, I don't want to name the companies, on Women's Day, celebrating womanhood becomes a big thing, कि हर company को celebrate करना है, Women's Day है, International Women's Day है, और उन्होंने gifts जो दी थी women को, I mean, I don't want to even say that, okay? So, I mean, this is not what we want. We don't want those toiletries. We don't want those things that are given to us once in a year. We want equality from you all. We want equal opportunity from you all. और उसके लिए हम लोग भी मेहनत करेंगे और हम आपका भी साथ चाहेंगे, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं हमको भी बहुत काम करना पड़ेगा. So I would like to leave you with that thought. How would you want to contribute and change your life to create gender equality, to promote gender equality in every aspect of life? ये आप, मैं चाहती हूँ आप लोग खुद सोचें, whether you are a woman or a man. I want you to start thinking, how will I contribute? With that, I would like to end my speech here. Thank you so much for listening.
That was very good, and it really very enlightening to know that women leaders really need to come forward in all aspects, like all areas, for a gender equality, like economic, social, and political progress. So we need women in all the areas. Plus, we need women to come forward in every area, like in workplace, also at home also, because at home the journey starts, and only then they can go out and work. So we need people who can really work hard and remove those gender biases. So in this milieu, you have done a lot, and from you I would like to ask one or two questions. What was the greatest challenge that you faced, and how did you overcome it?
Thank you, Nupur, for asking me this question, because this question is very, very close to my heart. Yeah, I have recently spoken about it also on one of my newsletters on LinkedIn, and this has been the biggest challenge. I had dreams. I had dreams where I wanted to do my PhD. Okay, but after marriage, household responsibilities, family, and you needed to support your partner in terms of finances, all those things always shelled back that entire dream of doing my PhD. And later, I decided, at a later stage, at the middle time of my age of my career and everything, at that point I decided, now no more putting it back, no more shelving it, मुझे करना है PhD, right? अब PhD करना है तो वो एक तो होता है अपने लेवल पे करना है, दूसरा है सोसाइटल लेवल पे. तो ये बड़ा सा चैलेंज आ गया, बिकॉज मुझे लोगों ने इस तरह से फील करवाया कि मैं पता नहीं कितना अन्याय कर रही हूँ, अत्याचार कर रही हूँ अपनी फैमिली के ऊपर, कि मैं सोच रही हूँ कि मुझे PhD करनी है. And that became a big challenge of taking that decision, being able to get on with my PhD at that time, when my children were, doing in their class 10th, and I just couldn't, take that, and I had to take that decision there and there, because उसी time पे seats vacant थी Delhi University में जबकि मुझे लेना था वो. So it was a very challenging situation, because बहुत कुछ family जो extended family है, जो नेबर्स हैं, जो लोग हैं, उन्होंने बहुत कुछ बोलने की कोशिश की. बट आई थिंक मेरे लिए जो पॉजिटिव रहा है नुपुर, वो है माय फैमिली, माय इमीडिएट फैमिली. दे हैव बीन वेरी सपोर्टिव. माय हस्बैंड वाज वेरी सपोर्टिव. तभी मैं दिल्ली में रह रही थी और मेरा रजिस्ट्रेशन हो चुका था. सिचुएशन इतनी थी कि आई हैड टू टेक केयर ऑफ माय चिल्ड्रन, बिकॉज माय हस्बैंड स्टेज समवेयर एल्स. सो ही टोल्ड मी, डोंट वरी, you just focus, take a hostel facility, stay in the hostel, and I will take care of the kids. So the kids went back to him in his city, and he took care of the kids at that point of time. And he gave me those 4 years where I could really do what I wanted. And to that, Nupur, it was a challenge, because I wanted to be with my children also. So every weekend I would travel to this place. Okay, Fridays I would travel, Saturday, Sunday I would stay with my family. Sunday night I would travel back to Delhi and work on my PhD. And that's how I completed my PhD, despite all hurdles, whether they were financial, because it was a financial loss. I leaving quitting his job and taking, but my husband managed it all. That was the support that every woman requires from their partner, right? So he did that, and that was a real blessing for me, that I was able to get out. And there were moments when I would feel that ये मैंने decision सही लिया है या नहीं. There were doubting moments when I would doubt myself, but I think the support of the family really made me. My children said that, Mama, we want to see you with that title doctor. We know how much you've really given up your career for us, but now we want you to see that, and we want to feel proud of you and tell everybody in the world, all our friends, that you've done this. So please go ahead, we are there with you. So they mothered me also at times. So that was one of the things that was really challenging.
Wow. That was kudos to your family, and 3 cheers to them, to your immediate family members. And really, your grit, your determination, you won the hearts and you won the doctor title. So next question, how do you manage your work-life balance now? I know that your family is with you, but now you must be managing so many things, as I came to know. So how do you manage that work-life balance?
Right. I think, Nupur, here I love to use the word work-life harmony. Because when you say balance, वो बैलेंस करते करते ना पूरे टाइम यहाँ वहां होता रहता है. तो आई थिंक हम बात करना चाहिए हमें वर्क लाइफ हार्मनी की, जहां हम एक हार्मनी क्रिएट करें हमारे वर्क प्लेस में एज वेल एज इन आवर दिस. हमें एक चीज बहुत क्लियर समझनी चाहिए, दैट यू कैन नॉट डू एवरीथिंग. Yes. And this is a fact for a woman or a man, that you cannot do everything. You want time, you can't, have the cake and eat it also, right? So you need to know what you want. That clarity is required in everything you do. So when you're talking about work-life harmony, when you're talking about maximizing your lives, in both areas, whether जैसे आपने कहा नुपुर, मैं आई एम अ स्पीकर, आई एम अ यूट्यूब इन्फ्लुएंसर, I take trainings, I am a coach, so I do a lot of things. I have an NGO that we work on children, so there's a lot of things. Now it's about managing time. It's about finding time for each and everything, and that cannot be done if you stretch yourselves too much. रबर जैसा होना नहीं चाहिए कि you stretch और फिर वो in the end टूट जाता है, right? So it has to be flowy. It has to be really organic in everything. You need to know what you need to do that day and how you're going to do. So for me, I have a great plan. I create a weekly plan, okay? And I follow that to the T. And that is how I delegate a lot of responsibilities. I don't do everything. I delegate a lot of responsibilities. I use help whenever I need. So I don't shy away from asking for help. कि मुझे ही सब करना है, स्पेशली हमारी एक खासियत होती है, हम लोगों को लगता है वेदर इट्स इन द ऑफिस, और ये वाला काम मैं ही अच्छा कर सकती हूँ, सो यू गिव इट टू अ कलीग एंड आप उससे वापस ले लेते हो बोल के अरे इसने ठीक से नहीं किया. यू वांट दैट परफेक्शन, राइट? एंड यू गो ऑन एंड यू स्ट्रेच अ लॉट अबाउट ऑफ यू इन दैट प्रोसेस, और आप अपना टाइम भी मैनेज नहीं कर पाते. तो मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं एवरीबडी नीड्स टू टेक दैट ओनरशिप, और वो ओनरशिप और अकाउंटेबिलिटी आपको देनी होगी, whether they are your family members or whether they are your colleagues. You need to give them that ownership, and you do best what you can do at that point of time. That is the most important thing, I think, that helps in managing your work and life very harmoniously.
Wow, so great. You are you planned it, and you taught us also to plan a week ahead for a coming week. It's really beautiful idea, or you can say a beautiful tip of the day, how we can manage, means ladies can manage how to go about their dreams, achieve their dream. Now, one more thing, last thing, which I would like to ask, then I will open the floor for audience. So the last thing is, what is the message you would like to give to our audience, to the world, and to all of us, male, female, everyone?
I think the message, Nupur, I would like to give everybody, because it's about Women's Day celebrations, it's about celebrating womanhood, it's about gender equality. I would just say one small thing, Nupur, that is that everyone needs to contribute in some or the other way for change, instead of sitting there and thinking, what can I do, or what can somebody else do for me? Start thinking, what can you do to change the situation? That would help you much better than waiting for someone else to help you.
Wow, that's so good. And really, we would really appreciate you also. And we would also like to thank you also, that you have given so much clarity in our mind, in everyone's mind who are out here listening to you. Now, I would like our audience to ask you questions which they have in mind. Prashant ji has raised his hand. Please, Prashant ji, you can ask.
Yeah, ma'am. Good morning. Ma'am, namaste. It was very good, and your views were really very much impressive. लेकिन but हमारे Indian culture में we have been taught, and in our family I have been taught, यत्र पूज्यन्ते नारी तत्र रमन्ते देवता. मतलब होता है कि नारी की जहाँ पूजा होती है ना, मतलब इज्जत जहाँ करते हैं वहाँ देवता निवास करते हैं. हम इस व्यू में, इस परिप्रेक्ष्य में हम बड़े हुए हैं. मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ कि व्हाट इज योर व्यू ऑन द women reservation, because women reservation draws a line between the empowerment of the women and the equilibrium of the women. Can you say something on this?
Sure, Prashant ji. Thanks for that question, Prashant ji. बहुत ही उम्दा सवाल है. जैसे हम कहते हैं, जैसे आपने कहा कि जहां नारी है वहां भगवान की वास करते हैं, भगवान वहां वास करते हैं, और वो बहुत ही सही है। जहां तक रिजर्वेशंस की बात करते हैं, प्रशांत जी, हमें रिजर्वेशंस की क्यों जरूरत पड़ी, ये हमें सोचना होगा, राइट? व्हाई डिड द सोसाइटी रिक्वायर दीज रिजर्वेशंस of for women, right? That is only to bring women outside, to bring women in the mainstream. क्योंकि बहुत बार ऐसे हो रहा था ना कि women were excluded from a lot of things, right? And ये सोच के कि नहीं, women नहीं कर पाएंगी, वो तो घर संभाल रही है, उनसे नहीं हो पाया। बट ऐसा कौन सी चीज है जो औरत नहीं कर सकती है, राइट? अगर हम देखें, रानी लक्ष्मीबाई की बात करें या हम दुर्गा जी की बात करें, राइट, तो भगवान को भी उनकी जरूरत थी दानवों का नाश करने के लिए, प्रशांत जी, राइट? तो नारी इतनी शक्तिशाली है कि अपने आप में वो सर्वे सर्वा है, पूरी है, राइट? उसको भी उन लोगों, भगवानों को भी जरूरत पड़ी है उस शक्ति की। और अब क्या हो गया है, सोसाइटी उस तरह से अब सोचती नहीं है, उस तरह से अब सोच नहीं है। तो मुझे लगता है इसीलिए जो है हम लोगों को रिजर्वेशंस की जरूरत है, ताकि हम एटलीस्ट एक शुरुआत कर सके कि नारी को वो अपॉर्चुनिटी देने के लिए, वो प्लेटफॉर्म देने के लिए, इसीलिए रिजर्वेशन जरूरी है।
Wow, that's so good. Ashmi ji, thank you Prashant ji for your question. I think so. Dr. Reshma ने आपके क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे दिया. Ashmi ji, I would
Yes.
like you to ask question. I think so you have lot many questions in your mind.
Always. You are reading me right. Yeah. First of all, मुझे तो थैंक्स करना है, और कि ये मैवन प्लेटफॉर्म में हमें अनसंग हीरोज आ रहे हैं जिनका हमें पता भी नहीं था, और इतने दे हैव सो मच ऑफ पोटेंशियल, एक्सपर्टीज, गाइडेंस एंड विजडम टू शेयर विद अस. सो मेनी थैंक्स टू ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट्स सो फार एंड ऑल द अटेंडीज एंड स्पीकर्स एज वेल एज डॉक्टर रेशमा. बहुत अच्छा लगा आपको सुन के, बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा लगा. थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी. मेरे को ग्रेटिट्यूड ही देना था. और साथ में मैं दो बातें लेके आ रही हूँ सामने. अभी उन्होंने पहले पूछा रिजर्वेशन का, तो लाइक हम लोग एज अ वुमेन जो ऑलरेडी हम लोग वर्कफोर्स में आ चुके हैं, वी वांट इक्वालिटी, वी आर जेंडर एग्नोस्टिक. हमें ये नहीं चाहिए वुमेन है तो रिजर्वेशन हो, वुमेन है एफर्मेटिव एक्शन. लाइक हमें समझ नहीं आता इंटेलिजेंस वर्सेस लाइक यहाँ पे जैसे मैं एजुकेशन सिस्टम का भी देख रही हूँ, उन लोगों को एडमिशन मिलता है, तो ये चीजें मुझे कई बार बॉदर भी करती हैं, बिकॉज वी बिलीव इन इक्वालिटी, वी आर नॉट बेगिंग फॉर लाइक फेवर्स. एंड दूसरा मुझे कहना है कि ये बड़ा इनग्रेन्ड है, बिकॉज आई रेज्ड अ डॉटर एंड अ सन इन न्यूयॉर्क. तो जब मेरी बेटी शॉर्ट्स पहन के ऐसे बैठ जाती थी बॉय की तरह, तो मैं उसको कहती थी लड़कियां ऐसे नहीं बैठती, बिकॉज हमें हमारी मम्मी ने सिखाया था. तो वो कहती थी व्हाई नॉट, इफ ही कैन सिट आई कैन सिट. एंड मुझे लगता था ठीक कह रही है, पर पार्ट ऑफ मी इतनी कंडीशनिंग थी, हमारी हार्डवायर्ड थे कि लड़कियां ऐसे बोलती हैं, बिकॉज माय जेठानी वाज वेरी वेरी लाइक टॉम बॉय टाइप. सो सब उसको क्रिटिसाइज करते थे, तो आई टुक मोर फेमिनिन रोल. एंड मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगता था मेरे कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स आ रहे हैं. नाउ आई कैन थिंक क्लियरली कि वो इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं था, क्योंकि लोग जज कर रहे थे. एंड इसमें मेरी एक सिस्टर भी है जो बड़ा मतलब लाइक बिल्कुल उस तरीके से बिल्कुल इक्वल उस लेवल पे या हायर लेवल पे चलती है, बीइंग फेमिनिन मैस्कुलिन. तो मैं ये सोच रही हूँ कि ये सब चीजें हम लोगों की इनग्रेन है. तो अभी हम लोग हमारी जनरेशन डिस्कशन से और एजुकेशन से चेंज हो रहे हैं, पर इट्स अ लॉन्ग वे टू गो. अब ये बताएं कि अगर कोई लेडी वेल क्वालिफाइड है, जॉब नहीं कर रही, डॉक्टर रेशमा से क्वेश्चन है, और उसमें मेरी फैमिली के मेंबर्स हैं और कभी करते थे, दे डिसाइडेड नॉट टू, तो उनको भी जज किया जाता है. शी वाज अ प्रोफेसर, शी वाज अर्निंग अ लॉट, नाउ द फैमिली नीड्स मोर फंड्स एंड व्हाई शी इज नॉट टेकिंग अप जॉब. लाइक हर तरह के डिसीजन में वो हो जाता है, नहीं कर रहे तो कर रहे हैं तो तो इसके लिए आप व्हाट्स योर कमेंट ऑन दैट प्लीज.
राइट, थैंक यू Ashmi ji for I mean really bringing this question. I think it is always a matter of choice. It is our choice. हमें क्या करना है. So we can't judge people who are working, women who are working, leaving their children and working, or you say that leaving their families and doing some jobs. We cannot judge. Neither can we judge people women who have taken the choice of being the homemakers. That's their choice. It's all about choices, nothing but choices. So as women, we just want that opportunity to take our own decisions, whether to work or not to work. It should not be influenced by anyone or anything around us. It should not be that influence of being a good woman, or it should not be someone who is told that okay ये तो काम करना चाहिए आजकल, पति का हाथ बटाना चाहिए काम में, right? So nothing. It's about my choice, Ashmi ji. What I want, and I need that opportunity and platform to do what I want. That's what I would just say, that instead of judging anybody, just let the choices be choices and not judge anybody.
Wow. That's about choices, and yes, choices do make a difference. And Ashmi ji, I think so that answered your question. Pritam ji, you have raised your hand. Please ask your question. आप अपना question पूछ सकते हैं.
Yes. My thinking is, हम सब आत्माएं हैं. अगर हम सबको आत्माएं के रूप में देखें, किसी को जेंडर का मेल का रोल दिया गया, किसी को फीमेल का रोल दिया गया. अब ये रोल्स हैं. अब मेरी 2 daughters हैं. We brought them without thinking that they are daughters, as good as their sons. हर कोई क्योंकि हमें कहता था और बच्चा कर लो, लड़के की कमी है महसूस होती होगी, बट स्टिल दे आर गुड डॉटर. अब दोनों ने अपना अपना पढ़ाई की है. एक ने आर्किटेक्ट यहाँ से करके वहां से फिर उसने आर्किटेक्ट, तो बोथ आर सेटल्ड इन यूएस. दूसरे ने वहां आर्किटेक्ट की दूसरी डिग्री ली, और दोनों दूसरी डॉक्टर ने यहाँ से ही पढ़ के कि वहां पे अमेरिका में भी उन्होंने पढ़ के ऑन देयर ओन. एक प्रोफेसर लगी है, दूसरी भी यूनिवर्सिटी में लगी हुई है. तो ये हम इनिशियल माइंडसेट ही है जो आगे लेके जाते, क्योंकि फैमिली में भी मेरी सोच थी कि दे आर ऑल इक्वल, और उस हिसाब से दे आर ग्रोन एंड दे आर. अब जैसे बच्चे थोड़े बड़े हो गए हैं, एक 11 साल का, 12 साल का, एक 6-7 साल का. शी इज आल्सो registered herself there in Pennsylvania State University as for a PhD student, because she also wants to have doctorate degree before her, and वो आगे उसको प्रोफेशन में भी बढ़िया मिलेगा. That's how she is doing. तो आपकी स्ट्रगल से रेशमा जी, मेरे को भी, मैं ये सेशन भी आपका भेजूंगा उसको रिकॉर्डिंग, so that she also knows how to struggle, because ये एक बैरियर बहुत बड़ा है कि अब इस स्टेज पे आके कैसे करें आप बच्चे, क्योंकि अब हम जाते भी रहे हैं, उनके पास रहते भी रहे हैं कुछ देर के लिए, बट स्टिल क्योंकि शुरू में बच्चों को संभालने में बड़ी दिक्कत होती है. बाद में एज एंड व्हेन जो समझ जाते हैं, क्योंकि वहां तो वो फॉरबिडन भी है कि बच्चों को अकेला छोड़ भी नहीं सकते, क्योंकि फैमिली ऐसे ऐसे रहते हैं. बट स्टिल शी हैज मैनेज्ड इट. अब वो कर रही है, अब वो आगे भी करेगी. ये मेरी यही कामनाएं, शुभकामनाएं उसके लिए. एंड दिस इज हाउ आई हैव लर्न फ्रॉम योर सेशन, डॉक्टर रेशमा. थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू.
Thank you, Pritam ji. Thank you. We need more people like you, Pritam ji.
Thank
We
you.
need champions like you.
Very good. Thank you so much, Pritam ji. You are
Thank you.
encouraging the girls, and you know the girl power.
Yes.
And there are few messages out here. Uday Bhanji has said, choice is powerful. Jack, you said, would you like to say something, or should I read your message? You are on mute. Yeah. Again, you are on mute. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take few seconds, few minutes to say something. And
Yes.
my takeaway from today's Dr. Reshma's talk today. First thing, I like the words, stop saying, stop shying away and shine. That is a very powerful statement for all the women. I believe so. Secondly, is helping is not enough, but take responsibilities. Helping is only when you ask people help. Responsibilities is coming from the bottom of their heart, which will make a lot of difference. And I like that statement as well. And for me, what is empowerment to me is to attain a higher education. For women who are even housewives, they can do their education. They need their higher education, which is very, very important. Like what Dr. Reshma was telling, she did her PhD. I went through the same procedure and process, but unfortunately, I couldn't do it because of some financial problem. I was asking for a scholarship. It came through, but finally, after 1 year, 1.5 years, the college closed down and they could not support me. And then I got my Parkinson, and all this has stopped my PhD. Anyways, when I did my master's, I left my two children who were also doing their Form 5 and Form 3, left them behind to with my husband and went to Ireland for 1.5 years to do my master's. So I think every woman has to have an education in their hand, and behind their name, they should have a title. And let it be a bachelor's or even diploma. The lowest education also doesn't matter. Diploma, bachelor's, master's, this title is very important for the family, for the children. They are proud of the mother, and it will help them a lot in their future as well. That's my take for today. Thank you, Dr. Reshma. You said it very well. Thank you, Nuru.
Thank you, Chair.
Nupur. Thank you.
Wow.
Lovely.
Jack, you summed up everything
Yes.
so beautifully. Really, all praises for you, and all praises for Dr. Reshma also, who has, achieved a lot, and everyone really wants to be like you, and really an inspiration and motivation. A women leader who is holding the torch for all the women in this world, in India, abroad, everywhere. And in each family, there is a woman. There is a woman who needs to be exposed, who needs to be encouraged, who needs to be motivated, who needs more challenges in their life. So that is what you have given a lot of power, and everyone is working towards it. Male dominated society is also working towards it, because now men are also realizing that what is women power is all about. And you have really broke that glass ceiling, and I'm really very thankful. All of us are really very thankful for you to bring it to the fore. Anyone else who have any question?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, just one more.
Yes.
What is leadership is all good influence. If you have good influence, leadership is easy to be accomplished as well. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
Yes.
Women leadership does make a lot of
Good
difference.
influence.
And we
Yes.
had
Good
many leaders also in the country, in our country, in
Yes.
different countries also, and they did really good work. And I really admire that Iron Lady of UK. And I admire Indira Gandhi also, our Indian Iron Lady also. So now also many women are there in leadership role, and they are really making a mark in this world. Anyone else who have any question? Udayji, if you would like to ask any question. Yes, please unmute yourself. Nahi? Okay. So anyone else who has any questions?
Yes, I would like to further say something. I
Yes.
even promoted my wife, encouraged her. She's running her own painting school.
Wow.
At my residence, and running it successfully. That's how we are managing it.
That's great.
Lovely.
That could not happen without your support.
Yes.
So we are very grateful for you that you are encouraging women in your family, and
Yes,
you
yes.
come out and encourage all the women around you also. You
Yes.
should you an example for other men also, who should encourage their wives, encourage their children, those who are female child, and then they can move ahead. And progress is more about, it starts from the home. So you are making it possible for everyone to come forward, all the females in this world to come forward. One female child, if she is encouraged, you mean a lot. She will create an example for many female around them. So one means 100, and then it grows to 1,000. So it multiplies in multiples, and it creates a lot of difference. So we are here to create ripples and then make a big wave, right? So, Dr. Reshma, we are very thankful to you for giving such a beautiful leadership talk. Anyone else who have any question, I keep on talking and praising everyone. So this is women-centered topic. So it is my passion also. So Neelamji, would you like to ask something?
Thank you, Nupurji. And Reshma ji, you are so strong and very clear. You achieved that with your choice. You know? So many people, girls, usually, or nowadays, we are so much aware that we are, what we want, we do. You do it, what you like it, you love it. That is good. Thank you.
Thank you, Neelamji.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Neelamji. I would like to share one more thing. I have two girls, and I told them only one thing. Go study, stand on your leg, stand up alone, do what you want to do, and then only get married. So they are doing that only. First, my daughter, elder one, she worked, she studied, she did her post-graduation, she studied, she worked, and then she married. So I told them very clearly, first achieve, hold on to your dream, and then go into what you want to do. And then you can build your family anytime. Even cooking, I never taught them. I said, you should know the basic. Rest, everything is there on internet. Go and find it out and do the cooking. They are expert in cooking also. So I did not force them for anything. That is what it should be. Let them, create their dream and achieve that. That is our, we should do that way. And that's what Pritamji is doing. That's what many other families are doing. I'm really proud of everyone out here on Maving team also, and everywhere all over the world who are encouraging their children to achieve their dream. Thank you so much, Dr. Reshma, for beautiful, enlightening session. And even it was close to my heart also, so I also spoke a lot. And other participants, they also spoke a lot. And it's really very nice to encourage people to come at the forefront. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nupur. Thank you, everybody. It was a pleasure being in front of you all. And I think I have been able to sow the seed, and the rest is in your hands, how to nurture the plant